Welcome back to artofdino.com, and I've been going down this amazing rabbit hole of this channel, Tibet Travel, Tibet Vista. This guy is awesome. Tashi Dalek is what he says. Every day it's a nice Tibetan greeting, and he goes all over Tibet, showing amazing monasteries, amazing hidden things, amazing traditions, amazing ceremonies, festivals, meeting amazing people. I've been obsessed with it, and it's just getting me into Tibetan life and what it's like to live as a nomad on the plains and all this stuff. And so this Sakya Monastery I wanted to show you because it incorporates a lot of things. Founded in the 11th century, this guy describes it very well as well. Genghis Khan, his second son, conquered Tibet, and then his grandson Kublai Khan founded the Yuan dynasty, and then they made this Sakya area, which was inevitably given power to Sakya Trinzin with the help of the Yuan dynasty, and they gave all this guy political power from this kind of central spot. And then that's why they became the most powerful Tibetan sect in Buddhism and whatnot. And they're just like a different kind of, every one of the sects is really different, and every one of the places seems very different. They worship kind of different things, or they like kind of meditate on different things. But wow, another amazing looking temple. Again, you can tell that this was at one point in time amazingly ancient. And that's what they refer to, every time they refer to Tibet and Tartaria, it's always that they are descendants of an ancient people. There's something that is there. They mention that in every text I've ever seen. And so this one has the biggest library in the world, supposedly 84,000 books. And I want you guys to take a look at this, because they say that some of them haven't even been opened in over 100 years, and they're written in gold. So they're probably so unbelievably old. The amount of knowledge that they contain in them is probably absolutely amazing, and we don't know. And again, this is the video that it's from, Explore the Ancient City Sakya, so take a look at this video. Really amazing. All this guy's videos are incredible. But look at this library. Look what this looks like. These scrolls, these different things, these ancient method of creating documents all over the place. Rows and rows just packed in. That top row, I imagine they haven't gotten to in a long time. And what do these texts contain? Like the Mayans, who had all their stuff destroyed. Alexandria supposedly had everything destroyed. The Vatican, nobody's allowed to go into. But this one still remains. And it's actually kind of amazing that it still remains. I'm impressed that the Chinese haven't just put a fire into this thing. And I hope that they never do. But many of them have been untouched for 100+ years, so that knowledge that's in some of these has not reached us. And all of them are written in gold, which is insane. They must look so beautiful. The art, the philosophy, the history, all documented in here. And as a result of us not knowing what that stuff is, it kind of keeps us in a state of interesting ignorance. And ignorance, if you go on the Tibetan Wheel of Life, which I'm drawing and it's coming out great, is the first step in the 12 stages of kind of getting your karma in check in order to obtain enlightenment in nirvana. The very first stage is ignorance. And so I've come to the theory that any type of society that, if this Tibetan and Tartarian Buddhism and their thought process, their ancient religions, if all of them were right, and I kind of have a feeling that they are, these ancient religions are so much, no offense, but they're so much more creative and visionary and beautiful, I feel, than the other religions which have taken over the population and the control in the minds of many people. Look at that crown shell, present from Kublai Khan. Even just that just shows what the world was like back then. So much bigger. The shell, that was a conch shell, for crying out loud. What was that thing like? Oh my God, that was living in there. And either way, it's a distant, ancient, preserved reality, and we are all just on the cracks, or on the broken fragments of this ancient civilization, and we've pieced it together. And just look at this wall. That wall is made of so many different materials, it looks like, from different times. They have some walls that they've convinced are made by demons, because they're like, the rocks are warped in weird ways. These walls in Tibet are amazingly huge, and they're very close to what you see in the canyons, when you see the broken down things, broken down caverns, caves, cliff sides. I believe all of them, at one point in the prime, were all perfect architectural structures, and then now they're just buried in sand, like the Sahara, like everything, everywhere we know, all the places. They always find temples whenever they dig into a mountain, so I'm convinced they're everywhere. But all these different colors represent things, everything, the colors, everything represents something different in Tibetan. and the people are very peaceful and calm. I'm actually shocked, to be honest, though, about how many of them I see wearing masks. So a lot of these were done in 2021 and 22. Sometimes there's a monastery in the middle of nowhere, and the person comes out wearing a mask. So that is a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie. But either way, this stuff and all of this is really amazing, and it lends to my theory, which I'm going to state now, about the ignorance, and how if this were true, like I said before, then the people in power and the ones that want to deceive everyone would do everything they can to reverse engineer this. So ignorance, boom, the very first step in the karmic scale. If you can't get past ignorance, you don't have a chance of getting past the other 11 stages and then getting a good reincarnation, or getting to nirvana, or closer at least. So if you were a power that be, again, I always try to think this way, sadly, but it's what you have to do almost, reverse engineer evil. If I was evil, and the people that are, they want to keep everyone at the very first stage so that we reincarnate into a bug or something nonsensical. And you do that by ignorance. And if you look at the world today, the ignorance is aplenty. It is everywhere. If you basically latch onto the media and you have a TV and you believe anyone on the TV, you are massively ignorant. If you believe in certain religions that they've pumped into you and certain concepts of the eternal that they've pumped into you, when the reality might be much different, better, ancient, and more beautiful and amazing, then that's ignorance. And they keep us there so much, and they do it as a weapon. They know that ignorant people don't do much at all. Very little comes in a good way from ignorant people, and there are ignorant people everywhere. They have done it. They have succeeded by making this place astoundingly ignorant. And even just the people that think they know, even myself, I think I know a lot of different things, and I kind of have theories on a lot of things, and I keep them as theories, but I could be completely wrong. I might be completely ignorant in all of this. And so who knows? It's really kind of a crazy cycle, a crazy different world that we're living in. But these theories about the wheel of life and the ramifications for humanity are coming to me left and right with this drawing. So I'm going to keep pumping them out to you guys because I have a feeling you all will like them. And it combines with my research. And again, check out Tibet Vista, Tibet Travel. It is an amazing channel. Go down the rabbit hole, get into a place, leave America behind for a little bit, and go to these beautiful nomadic places and envision yourself as a nomad in these places, or living here, living peacefully, waking up every day, seeing a sunrise, seeing amazing people doing religious ceremonies. It's a spiritual existence that is just beautiful to see, and I'm so honored to be able to see it. And again, we have to do everything to escape that wheel and just conquer it, and we can't let them completely deny it and eradicate this. And if they blow up that monastery or any other monasteries or just light it on fire, it's pretty much the same as them just whitewashing everything through the media. So we can't let these things happen. All these texts need to be preserved, and they need to be dug through again. We need to dive into them, record them, get them so everybody can analyze them and everybody can experience that wealth of knowledge. Because what these Tibetans and Tartarians, and inevitably Tartaria and Tibet, were amazingly connected. I believe Tibet was the spiritual capital of Tartaria. I firmly believe that, and that's why they put it especially in a place like they did. But either way, there's a lot more theories I've got coming, so hope you all enjoyed this one. Remember, don't be ignorant. Treat everyone and everything with a beautiful mind, and if it feels right to you, go with it, but always be ready to change. That's the thing. There could be some knowledge out there that we all have not attained yet, and it's ready for us, and we have to be willing to accept it when and if it comes. That's why we got to keep digging, and we will. Bless you all.